McDowell's supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay By Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man, the voice. The man.
Another wonderful Monday afternoon to you, everyone. It is the 16th of September. Yeah, half of the month gone already, you know. Remember, 30 days, half September, April, June, and November. Half of the month gone already. It is Monday, the 16th of September. 2024. Welcome once again to The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel. alongside Jaquan as our technical operator. I hope you had a good weekend. Those of you who are cricket fans and supporters of the St. Lucia Kings, you must have had a good weekend given what happened yesterday. Yeah, the Kings finally coming out blazing, and pulling out a surprise upset, come from behind, unexpected victory over, the Antigua. Is it Antigua and Barbuda? But the Antigua Falcons, is it? Well, this time the Falcons, they got put in their place, and they know that a falcon may be, a ferocious and absolutely efficient bird of prey, but a king is a king is a king. And when they have kings, multiples of them, you gotta behave yourself, The game, the hunting grounds and so on, they belong to the king, and the king hunted the falcons so that, the falcons were neutralized. So I hope that and other things give you cause to have a wonderful weekend. And that's, so far, your day is moving forward as you would like it to, as you expect it to, as it ought to be, and that you can be optimistic for the rest of the week. All right, folks, so many things always to talk about, but today I want to keep my promise, keep it short, and let you come, after a weekend. I figure that, it's the third day that we haven't been together, that we haven't had a program, that we haven't interacted. So let you come and talk about what you consider to be an important issue, a significant issue, a real issue. And I'm going to open the phone lines for you pretty early today for you to do that. But before I get to that part of it, the good part that is, let me just tell you, have you been following what's happening in the United States? Mar-a-Lago with Trump and another alleged attempt on his life, a shooter, a sniper, was caught pointing his gun in his direction, on Trump's golf course, on Trump's own golf course at Mar-a-Lago. The guy somehow infiltrated the perimeter, positioned himself, he had all sorts of things, not only a rifle, but he had, some, GoPro video recording. So he intended not just to shoot Trump, it is supposed, but to also record it and all of that. I gotta tell you this. You see the first shooting that Trump had where the young man, something Crooks, was shot and killed by the Secret Service. That one carries some kind of credibility with me and so on, because I don't think Trump would have staged that one. I don't think Trump would have played around with a bullet coming so close to his head, to his brain, that it actually, nicked his ear. I don't think so. People have said so. I said, even if a man is going to put on some acting and so on, and not so close to death. But you see this one in Mar-a-Lago, I have to tell you this. I'm shaking my head at it. To me, there's a strong possibility that it could be staged. I notice almost everybody's trying their best not to go down that road, not to go down that angle, and I can understand why. You don't want to speculate on something like that and say that Trump or Trump's campaign had something to do with it. But I don't know. This one just doesn't strike me as being on all fours with what we know about people who want to shoot somebody, etc., etc. Besides, after the experience that Trump had in the previous, if that one is the real thing, assassination attempt, how does Trump, the Secret Service, his security or whatever, drop the ball so much that they don't understand that a wooded area like a golf course and so on provides the ideal cover and concealment for some kind of sniper? As a matter of fact, to me, the Secret Service and Trump's campaign, they should have strongly, urged him and prevailed upon him and leaned upon him to say, Mr. President, please, we don't think this is advisable. There are just too many points of vulnerability where someone can sneak, can crawl on their belly, can come in, can penetrate, can infiltrate, whatever it is, and they can get at you. To allow Trump to go golfing at this time at Mar-a-Lago, after the previous experience that he had, where a bullet passed within, millimeters of where it could have been fatal and so on to him. I don't know. Something about it does sound right. I don't know. Trump seems to have gotten his butt whipped by everybody's opinion in that debate with Kamala Harris. If anything, he's behind, even though they say the polls are a dead heat, they're neck and neck and so on. It's just a very, very small percentage point that separates the two of them. And to me, the kind of person that I feel Trump is, I wouldn't put it past him that he wants to build upon the narrative that this campaign, he is always on the cusp, on the edge, on the rim of being assassinated, that they want to eliminate him because they realize he's in the lead, they realize he's going to win, and they realize he's going to come back and do the things for America and make America great again and bring an end to that Ukraine war and resolve that Middle East, crisis between Israel and Hamas and all these kind of things. And so they want to get rid of him. I don't know. And sometimes just the sympathy, just the, the flirtation with martyrdom and the storyline of martyrdom, that Trump is risking martyrdom for the sake of America and making America great again. I have to tell you this, folks. My personal gut feeling, albeit without any evidence, albeit without any proof, is that this thing with Trump this time, I'm not saying the first one, but this thing at Mar-a-Lago, this appears to me to be something that is staged. If I'm wrong, when Trump survived the previous assassination attempt, I was happy, because I just said, if you see Trump had been killed, this would have irreparably, irreversibly muddied the waters in America to the extent that it would have descended into something far worse than January 6, 2021. It would have been absolute chaos. It would have been civil war. It would have been insurrection, because you would not have been able to convince people, in America that support him, that it wasn't some kind of conspiracy, some government conspiracy, something that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Obama were behind to eliminate him because they realized that he was unstoppable, that he was heading to victory. I said, wow, America would have burned, America would have burned itself on that one again. This time, it isn't the case where the guy let off a shot. It isn't the case where, it seems Trump was in any immediate danger. A guy who's a sniper shooting and poking his barrel out that the barrel can be seen. As far as I've been told, true snipers, professional military trained snipers, they never expose their barrels of their guns so that you can see it, poking out of the shooting point. They always keep their whole rifle or whatever it is they're using completely concealed, completely camouflaged, completely within the cover of where they are. They don't poke barrels out. Only amateurs do that. So for a guy to come there and he's poking a barrel out and they see him and then he runs and they catch him, not too fair. I don't know. It just seems too neat. It just seems too convenient. It just seems too, absolutely within the plot and within the script and so on. So I don't know how much more of that we're going to get. Attempted assassinations against Trump, whatever. But I remain in my position that why I ain't too fond of the Kamala Harrises and the Hillary Clintons, and it's not the women thing. People who always seem to be pushing the same-sex line, who always seem to be pushing the abortion thing, who always seem to be pushing an unconditional pro-Israel stance. Israel can kill as many Arabs. They're always right. They must always find a way to justify. Although I have to admit that the situation in the Middle East with Israel is complicated by the involvement of Iran. Once Iran is involved, and folks, Iran is the one behind a lot of the organizations. There are not many governments that are pro-Iranian, but those like the Assad regime, the Houthis in Yemen, Hamas, Hezbollah, once Iran is involved in it, it's going to make America see red, literally. America is going to never come out on the side of Hamas or to ask for some kind of concession or leniency for them because they are aligned with Iran. Same thing with the Houthis of Yemen. Same thing with Hezbollah in Lebanon. And I'm telling you, see America's attitude towards that Russia-Ukraine war, it is considerably hardened because of Iran siding with Russia, because of Iran supplying missiles and drones to Russia. If America were going to take a more moderate line on that thing, they're going to be considerably hardened. And I would not be surprised if this thing explodes into an open conflict involving Israel and America on one side, and others, of course, France and so on, are definitely coming on the side of America, and Iran, Russia, whatever, on the other side and so on. But, regardless of this, I have my misgivings. I've had them for years, and you've heard me say them, that Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton much as my general leaning is towards the Democrats, but I just find these people have been associated for too long with too much sleaze. They seem to be people for whom money is never enough, despite the fact that they're super rich. And I cannot understand a nation like America, the headquarters, you can see, of global religion and faith and Christianity and all of that, that the country seems hopelessly mad and stuck in an endless debate and battle and warring over the right to terminate, the unborn and pregnancies and so on, the right to abortion and so on. It just never seems to stop. And gay rights. I don't know if you need to legislate anything. These things have been happening from the dawn of time. People have been, as we say in St. Lucia, Kajete-ish. Why does it have to become a perpetual, never-ending political flashpoint and hot potato and so on? And I just find too much of the effort and too much is being staked on this abortion rights, on this gay rights, on same-sex marriage and so on, and Israel, Israel is always, everybody wants to show that they're more pro-Israel than the other. There doesn't seem to be an honest admission that what is happening there is absolutely disproportionate. Totally disproportionate. Way beyond disproportionate to be killing so many people. I'm sure Israel has probably killed close to 50,000 people now, and it's like schools don't matter, hospitals don't matter, refugee camps don't matter, aid convoys don't matter, charity distributions don't matter. They're bombing, they're shelling, they're rocketing every one of them that they can get. Children, patients in hospitals, old people, helpless, immobile people. I mean, they have absolutely no conscience. It's like Palestinian lives don't matter. Like Palestinians are not human beings. These are things. These are animals. These are hunting game that you just pick off at will. I mean, even hunting game, even if it's wild turkeys, drawing on what they call a turkey shoot, you have concerns about environmental sustainability and making them extinct. It's like the aim is to make, the Palestinians extinct and so on. You're going to tell me Hamas, whatever, I don't know. This is just... So while I have my little reservations about people like Kamala Harris and Obama and Hillary Clinton and so on, but I take the position I've taken because I believe Trump is something far worse that the region, that the hemisphere, that the world, let America decide for itself, that we cannot afford at this time. This man is dangerous for humanity as far as I'm concerned. Now somebody's sending me a message saying, Shelton, Trump's playbook is to create stories to gain media attention. There is a similarity locally. What you often refer to as raining on your parade. I agree it was staged, because if Trump changed his mind at the last moment to go golfing, how did the sniper know that? Creating stories to gain media attention and shifting the focus away from the opponent. I agree with that. Even without proof, I agree with that. This whole thing there with that, Mar-a-Lago assassination and so on. I mean, come on, you all know what Mar-a-Lago, what the layout is, where the bush is, where the dense thing is that and so on. At a time like this, Trump going golfing there, it's not a place it seems you can secure. It's just too large. There are too many points where people, even those who are marginally trained in those things, in infiltration and all of that, can crawl on their belly, can position themselves. Isn't that what the U.S. boast about their Marines and their SEALs and their special forces, are highly trained for, to go into a place and to stay there and not move for days, to live of one can of baked beans or whatever it is, with very little water that they will gather off the leaves of trees around them and this kind of thing. You have so many of those people in America who can do that. People who can submerge themselves in water and just keep their nostrils above so that they can breathe and they will stay there. And we're in the warm time of the year, and that's Florida you're talking about. A guy can go into some little lagoon and so on and just, camouflage himself and you'll never know he's there. I mean, come on, folks. Come on. This is not sounding like something which is credible to me. I'm going to open the phone lines, people. I'll continue making my comments, but I want to open the phone lines early today, to give you a chance to say your stuff. I have to tell you that I'm the administrator of a WhatsApp group that's also called Real Issues, and I saw something pretty disgusting because of a link someone posted. Apparently an opposition aligned Facebook page wanted to take a dig at a known SLP supporter who's a government communications officer. But in sharing the stuff, guess what image? Sometimes you share something and the image that comes as may not be about it. It's a picture of Julian Alfred that is attached to it, holding the flag of St. Lucia. And I don't know if something can be done about it, but people, come on. Julian Alfred is Julian Alfred. National heroine now. We can't use her for Papi Show. We have to stop talking Papi Show around her. People, this is a young lady who came from the least promising and the least advantageous circumstances. She won her Olympic gold medal just when I saw someone, and a position communications person, was méprising someone about being from Cicero, and your Cicero language and your Cicero accent, and then somebody from Monkey Town, Cicero, comes and wins an Olympic gold medal. We have to give that person due respect. We have to give her praise. We have to give her encouragement, because it's more than about Julian Alfred. It is a message to many people that no matter what your circumstances, it's about for the guys and the young people from Wilton's Yard, to tell them that just because you're from Wilton's Yard or Bruceville in Vieux-Fort or whatever place in the Dennery Valley or whatever place in Mac or Sandy Fe and so on, that just because you're from there, you're not doomed to a life of despair, of hopelessness, which you express and respond to as crime, as violence, that you can become somebody who far exceeds where you came from, and you can bring hope as much as you can bring glory. You can bring fame, to your country and to the place you came from. You can develop overnight into somebody. When I say overnight, I don't mean you won't have to go for the grind of training and effort and all that comes. That is what Julian Alfred symbolizes. Let's face it, Derek Walcott, we can't diminish anything from the brilliance and the greatness of the man. But I was not talk about Derek Walcott coming from a background that was dirt poor, that he woke up in the morning and didn't know what he was going to have for breakfast. High Street, Grass Street, whatever, in Castries and so on, was still pretty uppity. The schools he went to, the religious background, the people who taught him, yes, he didn't have, it was his mother he asked to loan him some money so he could publish a book of poems. His mother was seamstress. I understand all of that. But that is a world and a cosmos removed from coming from the background that we are told that Julian Alfred comes from, Monkey Town, Cicero. Even the name sounds demeaning and so on. That your party, as we would say in the Creole, ipate jamais a Guantini and so on. And for her to come there so that in 2024 we're seeing a young lady who's not even 25 yet on the world stage becoming the Olympic 100 meters champion, the Olympic 200 meters silver medalist, the Wonder Diamond League gold medalist, throwing Sha'Carri Richardson in reverse. This means a lot for us. 238 square miles, less than 200,000 people. It's not about idolizing or worshipping. We have to understand the import and the significance of this development. We have to do that. Now, good afternoon to you, Mr. Victor Girard, who sends me a message and says, a late news item last night indicated a last-minute change brought Trump to that venue. And knowing Trump, even if his Secret Service and his bodyguards and everybody tell him, no, Mr. Trump, we would advise against it. You think anybody can tell Trump not to do that? You think anybody can tell Trump don't go to Mar-a-Lago and the golf course may not be the safest place? Who you think can talk to Trump about anything that he wants to do? Nobody could have prevailed on him when he was president. Now that he's Trump and that is, his castle, his kingdom, his domain, his golf course and so on, you think anybody can tell him, Mr. Trump, don't go there? I don't think so. Anyway, let's see any more messages that I have there before I touch on something. I want to greet Callista Jalwi. He posted something, and he's always someone who's concerned. Let me just sip a little water, folks. I don't know if it's the time of the year, but I notice the mouth and lips tend to get dry within a few minutes of. Boy, I tell you, the heat makes water taste so good. When I'm drinking water, you swear it's some fine kind of drink. my favorite drink. And what is supposed to be our favorite drink? But I tell you, the heat has made water, seem so delicious when you drink it and so on. Callistus posted something in the Real Issues chat group. And he's gotten what I might consider to be a bit of flack. Jaquan, can I just forward 2 videos to you that Callistus... It's about people who are using weed whackers at the roadside. And they continue with their weed whackers while vehicles are passing, and it flings pebbles and other, things that are on the ground that ping against vehicles, and the force with which they come, they can cause little dings on your paint job and so on, crack your paint job, and nobody likes their vehicle to have dings and scuffs and so on it. It doesn't look good, and if you have to sell the vehicle, it hurts the resale value of the vehicle, because a lot of people look at those things, and a vehicle you'll ask for 40,000 for, they insist it's 25,000. There's some people who believe that they're experts in beating people down. I suppose that is the free market for you. It hurts the appearance of your vehicle. Vehicles are expensive. You commit a lot of money, your resources, your sweat into buying a vehicle. So you don't want it looking razu, as we would say. Let me see, why isn't Jaquan showing up? JAQ. Alright. Jaquan, there are 2 very short video clips. And Callistus was making the point that when you are passing those people who are using the weed whackers, they don't pause to let you pass. Now, I understand where he's coming from, but I've often asked myself, I've seen those who do pause, and I've often asked myself, on a busy road where vehicles are passing non-stop, if every second or half second or 2 seconds a weed whacker operator who's clearing the road verges and so on has to stop, when will he ever finish? Yet on the other hand, those little pebbles that are flying, they can do serious damage, not just dings on your vehicle paint job, but they can hit you. I have been hit by them. Thankfully, it was not in any place where I could have lost my eye or suffered damage to my eye or anything of that kind, It has happened to me. And I think this is a serious concern that needs to be looked at by those who are in charge of giving out the contracts and the jobs for that kind of work. Whether you say, look, we want you to do it between 5 and 7 in the morning, and then you can pick up at another time, but to be doing it at a time where we might consider to be peak hours, where vehicles are passing, especially in certain areas. A lot of the people who have the weed whackers, they either don't have or they have removed the guards, this blade guards and so on that would stop the pebbles when they whatever it is from flying further out. Either they've removed it. I've heard that there's supposed to be people who are with them holding nets to stop it. I kind of wonder about that, the practicality of it, that you get a contract to clean the road by the VG Airport runway, clean the grass and so on alongside the VG Airport runway, and you need to have 2 other people with you to hold a net and so on. How this is going to drive up the cost of the job? What's the economics of it? How are they going to function? And also, because of the crazy way that people drive nowadays, you never know when somebody will just veer off the road and plow into some weed whacker operator if it hasn't happened already. And so having 2 or 3 people doing a job that ordinarily 1 person could handle, it increased the degree of risks for me. We've had responses where they've said, and I want to read some of the responses for you, but I think it's an interesting, and we need to have that kind of conversation. We can't leave the roadside uncleared. We can't have someone who and they have to stop. When they're going to finish at all? Yet you cannot endanger people that a pebble can strike them in the eye or something of that kind. We need to have conversations about those things. So we'll go for the commercial break right now, Jaquan, and when we come back, we'll play the 2 short video clips in the same sequence. I think Callistus is making a good point, but there's some responses that I believe also make sense. And whoever is responsible, whether it's infrastructure, whether it is Ministry of Environment, whether it is whoever it is, National Conservation Authority and so on, they need to see what they can do in terms of ensuring that this does not become too big a problem and too big a danger for people, Because based upon how animated I heard Callistus was this morning, there was also the likelihood, the possibility, and Callistus is an ex-policeman, the possibility that there could be some confrontations between the weed whacker operators and people who feel that they could have demonstrated some greater reasonableness in how they operate that equipment so as not to endanger people, especially where the eye is concerned. But like I said, people love their vehicles just like they love their dogs. Sometimes they love these things more than they love other people. And so nobody wants the dings from pebbles that are flung by weed whackers. We can say, is disfigure the right word? Do you disfigure a vehicle? Are basically causing your vehicle to look worse with these little pebble punches and damages to your paint job. We'll be back in just a moment.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The country needed to be rescued from the abyss into which it was plunging. The majority of you accepted my offer to lead that rescue mission. The full rescue team also includes you, the people.
Over the past 3 years, the St. Lucian economy has been growing. The growth is being experienced across many sectors, with business confidence up and unemployment down.
This government always defends the interests of the people of St. Lucia.
The 2 years after COVID, and then I get the $1,500. It helped me a lot and it pushed me in front to open a little business. Now I can put food on my table right now.
When I heard about the MSME, I was like, boom, opportunity. I could make something actually happen, you know.
And young people must not suffer the frustration that they suffer when they go to other organizations.
Entrepreneurship is something that is needed in our country. We need people to take the leap and be entrepreneurs to help the economy grow.
He honored his promise and I respect him and I give him thanks. Philip J. Pierre, I thank you with all my heart and soul.
As Prime Minister, I promise to be Prime Minister not for some of the people, but for all the people.
The man.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway. Call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The man, the voice, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
So much everyone. The real issues at the start of another week. You know, our program airs weekdays from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on Real FM Radio. 91.3 the frequency for the North, 91.5 South, simulcasting at the same time on NBC Television, Channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. We are on Facebook Live and also streaming live on YouTube. Before I play the videos that I promised you, by the way, I just got a message from the author of the videos, Calista Jean-Louis, previously a guest on this program more than once, as I said, an ex-policeman. He's also a trained counselor, I think therapist, and in his post-police life, he says, Shelton, I did not expect these videos to be the topic this afternoon, but thanks for bringing the awareness. And I don't know if it's the topic, but it's certainly one of the topics that I will delve into. Let me just say something very quickly. There seems to be an attitude prevalent in our country and in our culture, which would mean other Caribbean countries that I've been to as well. But like anytime someone has been appointed to an important, to a big, to a significant position that has a lot of recognition, a lot of privilege, and we might say a lot of power in it, it's almost as if we are waiting for the person to fail, because we tend to believe that this person ought to hold the answer to whatever challenges that are associated with that position. There is a lack of a collective sense and a need for collective effort and input and contribution in addressing the challenges. Like, you have the position, you get in the money, you get in the salary, you solve the problem. And so we wait. Vanguard comes. It's like we're waiting to see what Vanguard will do. 6 months Vanguard there and we ain't seen any change and so on. And I don't know. People know one person. No matter how gifted, no matter how talented, no matter how qualified, no matter how credentialed they are with degrees and so on, does or can ever hold the answers and the solutions to things like crime, or things like indiscriminate littering, environmental problems, whatever else we have. And so waiting for Vanguard, let me see what he's going to do, that's never going to cut it. It has to be Commissioner or Acting Commissioner Vanguard together with the senior officers, the lower ranks, the rank and file, the entire police force, the community, the citizens, you know, all of us together playing our part in the fight against crime. But we just have this mentality that somebody must be, is expected to be, ought to be, we demand to be a genius who holds all the answers and solutions that we need. It's never going to happen. And that is why I had a conversation with a senior public official some time ago about the question of littering. And when I was done, I said to myself, you see this littering thing I'm always hammering about? You're probably not going to hear me talk about it anymore. You're probably not going to hear me talk about it with the verve and with the passion that I spoke about it before. Not because it doesn't continue to be important, you know. But I think we entertain ourselves too much with the challenges that, if we really understood the implications of them, we would know that they have life and death in them if we don't stop messing around, you know. And I really thought COVID would have implanted a different mindset in us, and how quickly things can turn. Things can just turn, but then who's to say so? Because rather than be thankful for life, rather than be thankful for the fact that we got some means of fight back against a pandemic that seemed to have come out of nowhere and brought even the most powerful and developed countries to their knees within a matter of a few weeks. I can never forget those days to watch the mighty America the worst affected nation in the world by COVID. I mean, people were COVID was knocking people down in America. You'd swear America is Zaire, the Democratic Republic of Congo. You'd swear it's Sierra Leone, it's somewhere in West Africa and so on that we associate with Ebola and those kinds of things. I mean, they had no answer to it, you know. And yes, I agree that a lot of the vaccine issues we may have to do with America rushing vaccine production, because you were not hearing those things so much with AstraZeneca and what was produced in England. Maybe America rushed to catch up and whatever and so on, mRNA, all different kinds of things. Same way with those Boeing 737 MAX airplanes. I strongly believe that this has to do with America realizing they were getting, Boeing realizing they were getting their butt whipped by the competition from Airbus, the European, and so on, and rushing planes into service without doing all the adequate testing and those kinds of things. I strongly believe that's why they're getting themselves in all kinds of problems. You know, door blowing out of plane in mid-flight and this kinds of things and so on. Americans supposed to be way up there in research and development. But I think the competitive pressure, you know, on them and so on, in a post-COVID world especially. You know, but I just want to say I'm going to be saying a lot less on this garbage disposal and this littering and all that sort of thing, because it's not just affecting what you can see, you know, it's affecting a lot of what you can't see. It's only when a hurricane and the storm surge carries the kind of filth, you know, onto the shore that you know what's in the sea. So people bathing, okay, all right, you know, at VG and so on, they can't see it, but what is out there, what is getting there all the time because of what we're dropping. But I'll be talking a lot less about it. Because I spoke to a senior public official and I said, okay, this is the kind of mindset we have to deal with. You know, if this is the kind of mindset we have to deal with, I'm not going to venture to say anymore. I'll say a little less about it. I may also be saying less about the gun crimes and the homicides and the shootings and the stabbings and so on, that it looks like people killing people now like it going out of style. Somebody pass and ask somebody for money and they don't give it to them, which happens to me all the time. You know, and for that you might end up getting stabbed because somebody desperate, their head not good, they want their fix, they want their blow, they want their crack, they want their sniff, you know, they want their black joint, they want something to stop their pipe, and you're giving trouble and they think, oh, they know you have money. You know, this is the kind of bad head thing. It's multi-pronged. Somebody who's on drugs, somebody who's a zombie, we might laugh them off, but these are the people who can imperil you because of the realm of desperation that they inhabit and so on. We don't seem to understand those things. As far as we're concerned, it's happening in Central Caste Resist. Richard Frederick. Everything is a political. If there's one little way we could move something from here to there to solve the problem, we're not doing it. Because we want it to be about Philip J. Pierre. We want it to be about this person. We want it to be about that person. It's like we just want something that we can nail and crucify somebody with. Even if we don't realize we being nailed and we being crucified, without us realizing it because we're focusing too much on somebody else. So, let's look at those short video clips. Play them in the same sequence, Jaquan, that I send them to you. I think Callistus is always very expressive in his narration and so on. And you can hear the irritation in his voice. And maybe I'll read some of the comments of our chat to show the responses that it got. Let's go with it now.
What this fella's VG? What that is VG? Morning. Those guys not even stopping for the vehicle. I was just driving down there. Today is Monday, the 16th day. Today is the 16th day of September. Okay? The guy just hit my vehicle. Okay? Hit my vehicle with an object from the weed eater. And they're not even stopping and he want to get on with me. I stopped to tell him that. You know, and the man is getting on. Look at it. The guys are not stopping. Oh, okay? I was coming down on the other side and the guy hit my vehicle. You know? And you want to get on with me when I stop to tell him, Gasa, you hit my vehicle? You know, one day somebody will do something with those fellas for those government people, you know. Those government agents. They're not stopping. Look at it. You pay the boot. They're supposed to have people with a net, okay, to protect road users, but the government is not doing that. Okay, look at that. Man, I'm tired of this damn thing, man. Look at this. Just by the road. Look at the amount of stones that are there. And the guy cannot see fit. You know, and that's what we're talking about. Look at the amount of stones that are there. Look at the stones that are there. You know, and that's how people's vehicles get damaged. Look at it. The stones that are there. People's vehicles get damaged. You know, and infrastructure or whosoever that is responsible for guaranteeing safety of vehicles and road users, they don't give a damn. These guys are there damaging people's vehicles, and nobody, you know, more we complain, nothing is being done. But one day they will hit and damage the wrong person's vehicle, and we'll see what will happen after that.
Now, people, I mean, I think you can hear the irritation in Callister Jean-Louis' voice. Like I said, he's an ex-policeman. I don't want to come across as if I know him better than anybody else. I probably don't. But he sounds like a pretty even-tempered kind of guy who, while I'm sure like everybody else, he has his things that gets him annoyed, doesn't sound like a guy who just like that will fly off the handle. I do hope that what he may have been hinting at, the kind of confrontations that can erupt from things like that it never gets to that point. I think there is something to be said, as I indicated earlier, for either side of this issue. Those who think that the weed whacker guy should pause. And myself, when I look at it, I have seen them pause and I ask myself, when they ever going to finish? Because it means every second they have to be taking their hands off that trigger, you know. That causes, you know, this thing to rev up and to accelerate so that they can actually do the cutting of the grass and so on. But the other issues, like I said, that guard, and it's not really a blade they use, is high speed, the string or twine, and based upon the speed it cuts stuff and so on. Why is the guard being removed? Why do some of them, most of them, don't have the guard? I really don't know, but maybe that needs to be made a condition of the contract. Maybe the hours that they do it, and it's not just weed whacker people, you know. There are certain vehicles that are on the road at certain times, including learners, you know. I just feel, you know, people who learning to drive, there are certain routes that, you know, they really should avoid having them on them at certain times and so on. It's not because you don't want them to experience, you know, peak hours and so on, but we have to be practical. Certain trucks and what they're carrying at certain times and so on, can they not use the roads when they're less congested and there's less traffic and the backup and the jams on them and the issues that they're causing? I mean, some trucks are so wide that they can hardly keep up to one lane and so on. Do you really want them in certain areas? Is it necessary? Can it be avoided? And so I believe these are conversations that need to be had. Okay? I think it's something that can be easily resolved. We have a call on the line, it seems. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Shelton. Good afternoon to your viewers and listeners.
How are you doing?
I'm good, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm all right. It's a good thing you left infrastructure, because I understand you were one of those mainly responsible for causing all those problems with weed whackers, and your legacy continues.
Oh yeah, and the fake licenses too, because I have now the eroded the public's trust in the driver's license process.
This one I'm not laughing at, the driver's license thing. This is serious defamation, This is serious libel, and
the day is about to come. The day will come. Don't worry.
honestly, this is just way too serious when you accuse a man of something like that. I don't even want it repeated on the air, because then to me you're giving it oxygen, you know.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Sheldon, just a quick note on this issue that you just discussed regarding the weed whackers. And this is not the first. I think the last time this topic came up, it's a recurring issue. And the last time this topic came up, I addressed it as well. I think I was an instructor at that time. But I personally believe that there should be legislation regarding the use of those machines in public space, especially on the roadway, on the side of the roadways, where you endanger everyone from animals to pedestrians to drivers. You know, I think this is something that really should be taken seriously. And of course, the agencies were called upon by Mr. Jalou. I believe in some instances that will be the NCA, because they also provide contracts to get things done. And then you see things like the CDP and other little community constituency-based projects being administered through those agencies.
What are you suggesting? What are you suggesting, that they be discontinued? And if that's what you're saying, what would be the alternative?
That they be put into law that is required that you use the protective equipment devices,
okay,
like the net and
the guard.
Maybe not the net like you mentioned.
The guard.
The guard. But the net like you mentioned, like it means sort of like catch-22, where you increase the operating cost now.
Yes.
Because you now have other human resources, other manpower to have to compensate for that time.
Right.
But in the interest of public safety and also the vehicles, I mean the protection of the vehicles of the owner's vehicles, because at the end of the day, there have been cases, many cases where you've seen damage, whether it be a broken windshield, a cracked windshield, chip or dent to the body of the vehicle, and there has been no recourse by those road users, or they've been unable to find someone to compensate them to the right manner for the damage to the vehicle. So personally, I believe that there should be legislation regarding the use of those machines in the public space.
Mm-hmm.
In your yard, in your backyard, that's your business. That's your private property. But once it poses a danger to human life and property, that we should have some sort of regulation regarding it.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay, Shelton. Well, have a good day, and to your viewers.
Yes, thanks. You as well. It's 487-9849. That's the line on which you can WhatsApp call us. Bernard Haynes, I see last time you got us no problem. Jude Pokes Harlow, I've heard you say that sometimes you're trying to call and you're not getting through. I just find it strange, Jude, so please dial. Yes, I think you're in North America. Area code 758. I think your international access may be 1 or +1, but you'll know that. But 758-487-9849. Jude, try that today, and if you don't, call my number, my own number, and I'll patch you through. Let me say good afternoon to the man Gerard, who I think is sitting across and watching at me through the glass partition like the great spy that he is, but he's a guy who keeps a lot of wonderful things working around there. Big up to you, Gerard. Nice to have you around with us. He's not a spy, folks. I'm just joking. He's one of our technical maintenance people who make sure that we're comfortable in here. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Shelton.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing okay.
All right, beautiful. I guess you are feeling much better. We have a bit of rain, so no complaint about the heat.
Yes. We having the rain. In fact, I'm hearing the pitter-patter of the raindrops on the roof right now.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, my friend.
It's cool. Anyway, just two quick points. I am aware in other jurisdictions in our region, really, where persons who are doing that type of work by cutting the grass with weed whackers, they use two persons to hold up a net so that the net would catch those pebbles.
Yes.
So it's a safety issue. Also, quickly, in relation to the use of the roads by learners, I concur with you 100%. That at peak hours, these road learners should not be utilizing the roads. And when you look at Shelton at about between 4 and 4:30, you would get about 2 of these persons going up the highway, 2 or 3 learners going up the highway, which poses a problem. And also some areas where some of these drivers take those learners, I think it is inappropriate and dangerous.
It's not that you don't want them on the road, but certain roads at certain times, understand?
Yes.
There's a big difference between whether you have a learner on the road in the region, from Sunny Acres to Shock, and beyond, and whether you have them on the Alan Bousquet Highway heading towards Union. Right. That's probably an easier route at that time, Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think sometimes common sense and good judgment should prevail.
Exactly.
In those two incidents, both the reed whacker and the drivers learners.
Certainly.
Shelton, thank you, my brother.
Right. And you only arrive at common sense through consultations. I'll tell you what, we're due for a break. Let's take the break right now. I may have given a big up to Gerard, but it's possible that I'm looking at somebody else, maybe Black Boy that I was looking at and I thought it was Gerard. But big up, just the same. And I don't know if, maybe the techs want to come in during the commercial break to check on something. Guys, now is the time to do it. We'll be back in a moment with the real issues.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway. Call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
Thank you so much everyone for staying with the real issues. The telephone lines remain open for your calls. 758-487-9849, the line for WhatsApp calls, and 4533-911, our local studio direct landline that you can call us on, and we have someone already. Good afternoon, Real Issues.
Hello, good day, Shelton.
Hi, good afternoon to you. Yes, my friend, go ahead.
All is well, yeah. So, yeah, what the former couple was talking about, I can relate to that because up to now I have a crack my windscreen from these guys that doing the landscaping on the side. I don't totally blame them like you were saying. You don't expect every time a vehicle stops. But what I think that should be done when they're giving these guys this contract, they can hire at least 2 individuals. I've seen it in Barbados, I've seen it in Trinidad where they do this, cut the grass along the main road. They have 2 ladies with a big net holding so that the stones, whatever, will not fly on the vehicle. So just imagine if that little stone fly and that hits you in the eye. Yeah, how messed up that will be. And even the trucks, Shelton, carrying these big stones, boulders and stuff, they are not covered. And we have issues with the big trucks carrying the cement. So there's so many things. And everybody will be quick to blame Transport Board and stuff. But I don't totally blame these people. Because the individuals, they have to take responsibility for that, and the officers cannot be everywhere, so they have to take it. But what he's saying, I mean, he has a point, because sometimes he may just hit somebody's vehicle, because a guy was telling me, a guy hit him, and he just took the guy with his eye. And when he'll pay his windscreen, then he will give him the with his back.
Wow, this kind of things what I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
The kind of confrontations that they can lead to,
Exactly.
Nowadays, man, confrontations end up with, before you know it, somebody getting stabbed, somebody getting shot, somebody getting... I mean, people shooting people for slap now. I don't know why anybody in this day that we live in would want to go and slap somebody, an adult and so on. From time back, I know there's a lot of offense that people take. You watch a man, you're giving him 2 slaps. That's sometimes a very sure way to get yourself killed,
Exactly. When you think that thing is done, they take you unexpectedly. So you
exactly,
have to avoid confrontation at any cost. Yes, because sometimes with each other, the noise, it makes so much noise. So when I approaching them, I'll blow my horn, I'll toot them to let them know, I'm coming. And what I find too with these guys, they can try to come and do the job when it's not peak. You cannot come and do that when you know it's rush hour and stuff. You can come and do that, later in the evening or early in the morning. There are certain times the time is slow, so you're around, you're seeing the traffic, the pattern and everything. Because on a busy stretch of road, I mean, you will not get anywhere. You'll literally be there the whole day, not get anything done because traffic is flowing. So you have to, balance it off.
Yes.
Yes, I just wanted to share that, Shelton.
Thank you very much.
Yes, okay, all right. Yeah, bye. Have a good one.
The hot topic around is that Julian Alfred Day be made an annual holiday. I would suggest instead that we have a National Heroes Day to celebrate all our great achievers. Our calendar is already packed with too many holidays. Imagine recommending a holiday for the Nobel laureates, one for Darren Sammy, one for Dame Pullett, and I can go on and on. The sensible thing to do is to have a National Heroes Day alongside the National Hall of Fame and induct past and future heroes into the Hall of Fame and celebrate them on one designated day. Because let's face it, there will be many more national heroes in the future. What about National Day? Why don't we make that part of National Day, Hey, let's make it part of National Day. We've been struggling with having an agreed identity for National Day for December 13th. Some have advocated abolishing it altogether and all of that. Why not just make it all part of the National Day celebrations and activities and commemorations? We have a call on the line. Good afternoon. Real Issues. Whoops. Okay, sorry about that, caller. I just thought I needed to get through that message. I hope it's the same person who's gotten the line again. Let's try to see. Good afternoon. Real Issues. Hello? Hello? Hello, caller. All right. We seem to have lost that one as well. Good day, Shelton. I have been trying to get a weed whacker operator to explain to me why the guards are taken off the machines for more than 20 years now with absolutely no success. 20 years. Wow. All right. Do we have a call on the line? Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Hello? Hello, caller. Caller, are you there? Can you hear us? All right, we'll have to go without that person. If it's the same person, I don't know. We don't seem to be getting them. Jude Pokes, hello. Do you have my number? Call my number and I'll patch you through. Let's see again. Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
Yeah, Sheldon, how's it going?
Hi, were you the one trying to call before?
No, bro, but I was happy that you didn't get through it.
What's on your mind?
Let me say this to you. I think we have not realized what has happened with respect to St. Patricia with that young lady. Sheldon, just think about it. This nobody came from nowhere. Nowhere. In a blink of an eye. I mean, when we were hearing about Julian Alfred, when the minister was talking, and we know all what she went through. We know what Sean went. Sean was investigated for giving 150. Let me tell you something. I am all for the Catholic Church had about 6 holidays. So if we want to talk about holidays that are useless, 6 holidays. Okay? What happened to this country then now with this young lady getting 2 Olympic awards, gold and silver? Let me tell you, if that was in Trinidad or Barbados, she might have a week holiday per year. To me, that is one of the greatest achievements we can ever have in this country in our lifetime. Gold and silver, 2 of the world's precious metals. So what is so wrong in us being a people of consciousness? Little children that came from slavery, descendants from slavery. Here we are now on the grand stage of it. This young lady exposed St. Lucia to the entire world with human beings. Today, people who never knew of St. Lucia have done that through her. There is no money that could compensate for that advertisement. There's no cost that we can fit for that type of profiling, that type of exposure. So it will be ridiculously stupid of us for not putting this girl. I also want to see a statue of Julian Alfred. You see, when Castries run about, they have those guys and nobody knows exactly what they're doing on a boat. Alan Shasta did there. Up to now, we don't understand what's going on. I don't understand. I don't know if you understand what's happening there. But I would love to see this girl 2 places. The VG runabout or there. a statue. We don't want no little piece of, like what happened to George F.L. Charles. He has no arms and he has no legs. No. Just like John Compton can stand in Constitution Park, I would be so loved to see a statue, a bust of that girl, national hero, stand right there, letting young people in this nation know what can be achieved when you put effort into it. And there's no, we can't pay her. She's supposed to get the house and land. That advertisement, we give the tourist board millions of dollars every year in advertisements. This girl has advertised in Russia and she hasn't gotten paid. So what are we talking about? This girl has put us on a global stage, and I think the Prime Minister would be smart enough to just don't make a day, but put it in our annual calendar. It cannot kill us. Like I said, the Catholic Church have a pile of holidays, and we don't even know what they are. Corpus Christi, you name them, and I don't even know who they are. All right, but they are in our books as a holiday. Okay, Julian Alfred must have a day annually until life ends, letting us know, young people know, when you drive past, that is our first gold Olympic award. Julian Alfred. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I agree, Shelton. The 13th of December should be renamed National Heroes Day. I don't think we need to do that. I don't think we need to rename it National Heroes Day. Just leave it as National Day, but make honoring of heroes a part of the program for National Day. Because National Day has become more than just the day itself. It has become essentially a couple of weeks build-up of activities and so on and all of that you have. And you can have a National Heroes component as part of the National Day festivities and celebrations and so on. Insofar as where you're going to put something to honor Julian Alfred, my friend, the timing and the coincidence could not be better. That the National Stadium is now poised for a multi-million-dollar restoration. And I think the National Stadium, which is a sports and athletics venue and so on, it would be a very fitting place to have something, put there, to honor Julian Alfred. I wouldn't say renaming it, but the Julian Alfred stand, the Julian Alfred gym, I don't really know, but something that is associated with the premier athletics facility in St. Lucia. It doesn't mean you cannot do something at Monkey Town, at Cicerone, to especially draw attention to the fact, that one of our greatest daughters and so on came from that area and so on. It will do a lot to elevate the place and to give it that, that kind of boost in pride and so on. I'm sorry about that, caller, but I hate when I'm, making what I think is a relevant point and then to just cut it off. So we've had a few misses in terms of someone calling and we're not getting them. So let's see if this time and indeed the caller is luckier. Good afternoon, Real Issues. Hello? Caller, are you there? To me, it's a long time I haven't heard anybody coming out of the bowels of just trying to, to mess us up and so on, I don't know. This seems to be a troublesome one. All right, so we're only going to give the person 1 second if they call and we're not hearing any response from them. The problem is many of you call and you try to listen to yourself and to us on whatever device, whether it is the TV or the radio. Once you call us on the phone, use the phone as the means by which you talk to us and you listen to us. If you're trying at the same time to follow us on the TV and to listen through the TV and so on, the delay will put you off. That's what's happening a lot of the time. The delay is putting you off. All right, let's see if we can go back to the Real Issues WhatsApp group. Let me see. I don't know. Let's see what we have here. Someone says the problem is that the operators remove the safety guard of the weed eater for wider coverage when cutting, but the guard is placed there to prevent objects from flying into the air. I agree with you. People are tampering with things quite a lot, and then it creates problems. And okay. Calista puts in the group that Another media personality or talk show host at NBC also had an experience with weed eaters where his glass was damaged. Someone who's an insurance executive or veteran says that several claims paid by insurance companies have been born out of such situations of damage from weed whackers and things of that kind. All right. One other person says they thank Calixtus and they say, thanks for sharing your experience and observations with us. I am pretty certain that by government you are referring to the state and its agencies in the same way that Citizens X refers to the government when they are dissatisfied with the services rendered by employees and agents of the state, be it civil status, customs, inland revenue, land registry, NIC, town and village councils, WASCO et al. This for me is a matter of supervision, and therefore the supervisors of the project must be held responsible and the employer be held accountable. I wonder how motor vehicle insurers will consider such damage. My 2 cents, and it is to that the insurance executive replied that claims paid out have been referred to this. Callister says, I want this to be fixed. Let's all find solutions for problems that can easily be fixed. All right, he said, I sent a number of photos to Mr. King and I spoke on that to Richard on Can I Help You? He's apparently been in touch with them so that he can see if something can be done about it. All right, let's see if I can get to the Facebook Live to highlight some of the... Let's see it. Someone says, my assessment of the people calling for an annual holiday are lazy and only want the day to drink more rum and put more pressure on our health sector. If you see those people knew who you were, they're swooping down on you and, you know, you got pongs and laws about you. Even if it's true, people don't always like to hear the truth, especially the truth about themselves, you know. So be very careful before you put me in trouble. It's good thing it's not me who said that. All right, where are the comments? I had the comments opened and highlighted there, and they just seem to have slipped away. We're speeding towards 2 o'clock. Oops. So let's try to get more. 758-487-9849, the WhatsApp line number, and 4533911, the local studio direct landline. Please, you can call. I noticed quite a few calls have come in and then we're not hearing anything. Don't know if it is the same person or if you have a problem with our lines. It doesn't seem so to me. This morning I seem to have been having problems with my flow cable. I don't know, it's showing everything is normal otherwise, but I'm just not seeing anything. It's showing me the channel. It's showing me what's supposed to be playing on the channel. But I just couldn't get anything from there. Mary Rodney, good afternoon to you. She says she's watching and listening in from Florida. Always a pleasure. She says listening. Joan T. Joan Edward and Anselma Amab, good afternoon to you as well. All right. Yvonne Agad says, Shelton, this isn't the way of the first world. Not exactly sure what she was referring to, but I think we have a call on the line. Let's see if we can get the call this time. Hi, caller. Good afternoon.
Hi, good day. But the line is perfect. There's no problem.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, Shelton. Oh, yeah. I just want to add my 2 cents, Shelton, with the Julian Alfred saga and the holidays everybody's talking about, you know. I mean, we've heard so many conversations about that. Well deserved. But my issue is with that. Every time Julian Alfred runs, she wins, she loses. Yeah, she loses. She came second. We don't make any excuse. But why the Americans? That's the issue. Every time Shakari or whoever, they don't win, they don't place. They always look for all excuses. The track was wet. It wasn't a time, and all sorts of excuses.
As if the track wasn't also wet for Julian.
No, that's. I was speaking to my brother from the US, and you know what he told me? He told me, but that's ridiculous. But the track was wet for everybody else, all the other athletes. So why they keep on making excuses for her?
Do you know Trinidad and Tobago won America in a football game? And Donald Trump came and said that's not fair because they put America against two countries. You know.
I think I heard that ridiculous thing. Yeah,
they made America play against Trinidad and Tobago. So
I recall that. Yeah, it is so ridiculous. So because from a small island, you know, and stuff like that, they don't want to recognize. So as if, you know, they have to look for all. I did not hear any excuses when Jojo came in second and she came in first. Nobody said get no excuses for Jojo, you know. And they're talking about revenge and everything. They want to turn it to a rivalry thing. And you realize Juju always give them the right answer. That's what I like about her. Very humble, young lady. She's not competing against anyone. She's doing it for herself. It's not no revenge, nothing. So I mean, we have to be proud, damn proud, Lucian, of her accomplishments. You know, and she has any holiday, anything that is given, I think she's deserving of it.
Yes, thank you very much for that.
I just wanted to share this.
Okay.
Shelton, thank you.
Cletus Peter Francis Philip Renick Aristide. Good afternoon to you all, as well as Maria Bonaparte, who lets us know that she's there. Cecilia Allen says, if he has to stop for every vehicle, his job will not be done for the day. However, he needs a barrier, and I think she means the blade guard, in front of the weed eater. And sometimes it may seem clever, it may seem defeating safety features and so on, because it's more convenient for you. Might be a smart thing, but then, you know, it's a safety feature. That's what it is. It's safety, and you have to be careful about that. All right. I'd rather not drink alcohol on Julian Alfred Day rather than Corpus Christi. What are you saying, Miguel Privy? You prefer to drink alcohol on Corpus Christi? I think it's really Good Friday, you know, that they close down all bars, and even the supermarkets are not allowed to sell alcohol on that day, if I'm not mistaken. I think the strictness really is on Good Friday, if I remember correctly, and so on. And you know, the tradition is they tell you don't even go and bathe in the sea on Good Friday, because there's a strong chance the water might just turn to blood, you know, around you and so on. Don't know if anyone has ever had that experience. But you know, a lot of people won't go to the sea on Friday. The Americans recognize Martin Luther King Day as a calendar event. Maybe. Women Isidore says, and I think with regard to the weed whackers, that some say the God slows them down. Alright. Yeah, this foolishness about people eating dogs and cats and so on, I'm not even going to repeat that. It's all part of the ridiculousness of Donald Trump, and people will still come and vote for him and ready to kill for him and all of that. Terry Alex, good afternoon to you. She says, while I appreciate the holiday given on the 27th September for Juju, I am totally against making it a yearly holiday. Will we be giving a holiday to everyone who does something great on island? There are many other ways to honor our spring queen. I think many would agree with you on that, Terry Alex. Vernon Casabon, not sure what he's referring to when he says, sadly, the noise makers would blame the ministers and the PM for that. Ralph Gabriel says, Trump will take any risks to stay out of jail. And Mr. Jeremy says, man's biggest downfall is their conscience, and their conscience is them. Perhaps we put a little too much stock and stake and emphasis and importance on conscience. Conscience can be perverted. Conscience can be corrupted. Conscience can become depraved. You know, there are many people who can do certain things and their conscience don't bother them. Why? Because they have been conditioned, they have been programmed. You know, I mean, many murders have been committed by people who thought they were doing the right thing. And I think even Jesus Christ said to his disciples, the day will come when everyone will kill you, will imagine that he has rendered a sacred service to God. We must not depend upon conscience. It means different things to different people. And that is why we have a law, you know, as something that forms the adhesive that holds the society together, so that people are under obligation not to go killing other people. Because if everybody depended on letting their conscience be their guide, some people would not kill, you know. But there are other people, if their conscience is what you live to, they'll have no problem killing people and doing it many times and so on. So in a society, we have to have regard for the law that governs the society, that binds the society together, and that obligates people to certain patterns that they're allowed to behave and what they are prohibited from behaving in that way. So when it comes to the public space, it's not a matter of let your conscience be your guide, it's a matter of obey the law. Yeah. Joseph Bird H. Bailey says, please be advised, a very high percentage of world sportsmen / women are from low-level income families, I'm sure. All right. Lucia Etienne says, I second this 100%. Again, not exactly sure what she was referring to, but good afternoon to you. Delman Noel. Lou Prudent says something to Butu, not exactly sure what's being alluded to there. And Gideon Jean-Louis says, I am aware that in other countries in our region where nets are being used to protect others' property. All right. Let me see if we get Terry Alex says best place to give Juju name is stadium, either a stand or the stadium itself, and then you'll have to remove the name from being the George Odlum National Stadium. Not sure that this would not meet with a lot of pushback from quite a lot of people. It isn't all that long since the National Stadium was named the George Odlum National Stadium. I think Minister Spider Montot was sports minister at the time. But anyway, folks, that's all the time that we have for the real issues for today. Thank you so very much for being part of it. God willing, all things equal, same time tomorrow from 12:30 until 2, when we'll have another program on Real FM Radio, NBC Television, Facebook Live, and YouTube. Live streaming on behalf of our technical operator, Jaquan, Shelton Daniel, signing out.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issue.
The winning numbers for the midday draw of Monday, 16 September 2024 were Double Daily Grand 1, 6, 10, 22. Big 4, 9, 3, 2, 0. The Big 4 Multi-X well drawn is 5X. Pick 2, 3, 1. The Pick 2 Multi-X well drawn is 2X. 1 off, 4, 6, 4. Lucky 3, 0, 7, 9. The Lucky 3 Multi-X well drawn is 2X.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff.